Let's kick it off, Model 3, dude. Let's do that. Let us kick it off. I know, I just got home from work, so I'm struggling to get it together here. All right. Let's see what we got here. So I was looking at AMC News. Oops. AMC News. See what was in the news about AMC today, right? And that's all the same crap. Although this was interesting. AMC Britain rival Cineworld files restructuring plan in bankruptcy court. Shareholders wiped out. Hell of a headline. On Tuesday, Cinema World PLC said it had filed a reorganization plan with the Texas bankruptcy court to effectively dissolve existing shares. The filing formalizes the chain's April 3rd deal, which includes plans to reduce debt by about $4.5 billion and raise $2.25 billion to emerge from bankruptcy, Reuters reports. The deal does not provide any recovery for existing shareholders. Of course not. The AMC Entertainment Holdings, Inc. rival, which placed most of its business under U.S. Chapter 11 protection, in September last week abandoned plans to sell its U.S., U.K., and Ireland operations after failing to find a buyer. The group's Chapter 11 companies are seeking to confirm the plan on a quick timeline. It's expected to emerge from Chapter 11 in the first half of 23. Cineworld is more than $5 billion in debt and faces a court order of about $1 billion over a failed merger with the Canadian cinema chain Cinemaplex Incorporated. Price action. The shares closed lower Monday by over 10% at 2 cents. Yeah. So even though it's in the Bharat Express, this is a Benzinga article. I can't get away from these clowns. AMC Apes got wiped out without the company having to file for bankruptcy. That's efficiency. That is efficiency in the marketplace right there. Oh yeah. Stock rises Tuesday, outperforms the market. Yeah. Record-breaking Easter weekend. I think that's officially called a super Easter weekend to you, best stocks. National Cinemedia stock soars after AMC discloses large stake. Oh, really? Is that the case? Let's see about that. Soars. That must have been yesterday's news. Because I'm failing to see the soar here. Yeah, the soar happened in aftermarket hours yesterday. It soared all the way up to 32 cents. And then it soared right back down. Hey, great. Yahoo Finance. It's probably a Benzinga. Oh no, it's an actual Yahoo Finance clip. Oh God. Okay. AMC Entertainment stock price continues to fall. AMC down 1.34 in pre-market. And then we're into yesterday's news. So yeah, great. Not too much. Okay. then when we come over to YouTube, see, that's where the fun is. The loser circle is complete. So I was always wondering about this. So now I'm glad that we have an answer now. We have an answer now. Oh, hold on, and I have some weirdness happening here on the screen. There we go. Close that gap. We fixed the glitch. We fixed. Hold on there, Professor. We fixed. Hmm. I didn't hear that. That's weird. Oh, I know why. It's not the hedgies
Hold
today.
a second there, Professor. We fixed the glitch.
I just fixed the glitch. It's all good. Okay. But now we have an answer. Why is AMC price rising? Well, Scavenger is going to tell us it's because market makers are allowing buy volume. Market makers starting to buy. AMC price rising because market makers allowing buy volume. In less than 6 minutes, he's going to educate us.
What is going on? Got these deer right behind me, mean mugging me. Oh, reminds me of something. Anyways, haven't been around too much today. I did trade this morning, but things are really choppy because I am helping a buddy build a deck right now. So believe it or not, in my past life, even though I'm not that old, I did have a deck building company. I sold it a couple years ago and decided to go different ways with it just because, you know how running a business is. If you guys,
Oh yeah,
just a little more than, not a little more. I mean, I'm not a lazy person, but it's just a lot of work, and it wasn't really my cup of tea. But either way, I have the knowledge to do
fair.
it. So, helping out friends and
Not everybody's meant to be a leader.
So, but either way, I did my trading this morning. Watched AMC. AMC out of the gate. Pre-market was actually green. We actually closed today where we were pre-market, but if you guys watched the chart this morning, we came down after pre-market, and then like halfway through the day, volume started spilling into AMC.
Play-by-play
Like
analysis.
562
I love it.
So it was definitely nice to see.
Tell us why the
that,
price is
right?
going up.
Again, not getting too excited until I see some big numbers that we're all waiting for, because
Hey, this is
at the end of the day,
this is what Manuel was just talking about. This is what you were just talking about. I'm not getting excited about this. It's nothing until we see some big numbers. There it is.
we have cost to borrow averaging now at 1,000%. Short interest is still going up, and at the end of the day, I like to remind people that, guys,
Shorts have not
AMC
closed.
is not rallying, yesterday and today because of
Here we go.
a record weekend, right? Since when is news? News has never.
How can you say that? Like how can you say that actually with any like confidence or integrity? Like you're saying that it's not because of something. Like this is taking the logic void to a whole new level. Like they these grifters, you know, the grifters they like to say, well, uh prove to me, prove that there's no uh, you know, manipulation, naked shorting. And we've been over this before. Okay, we're not going to disprove something that's never been proven, right? Um, but this is like a new spin on it, right? So he's sitting there saying, "Well, this was not because of this. This thing happened not because of this other thing." Like, okay, so again, you're attempting to prove a negative. What the fuck? Oh, congratulations, Mr. Ken Griffin. Harvard is naming a grad school in his honor. Oh, awesome. That's awesome. That's sweet. Let's see. Let me find it. Well, he donated $300 million. Yeah, here we go. Here we go, right here. Kenneth C. Griffin makes gift of 300 million uh, to the Arts and Sciences College. Huh. Graduate School of Arts and Sciences will be renamed the Harvard Kenneth C. Griffin Graduate School of Arts and Sciences. It's a pretty big deal. So he gave 150 million to financial aid in 2014. That was the largest single gift to undergraduate financial aid and to Harvard College. That endowed gift currently supports 228 undergraduates and has supported more than 600 to date. Griffin Leadership Challenge. Huh. Well, you know, that's one thing. But I'll tell you, if he really cared about philanthropy, he would give money to the apes. Yeah, that's a joke. All right.
Impacted AMC in a good way, because any good news that takes place, they're going to do whatever they can take to suppress the volume that comes in. We see it all the time. We have a day with 100 million volume, and then we have a day that all the volume dries up. Like, we've seen this a trillion times. So I don't get to like the only reason they're going to put out good news articles against for AMC is to justify the reasoning for a spring up, right? To justify a reason for moving up. We've seen it just a couple weeks ago when we ran to $6 or whatever it was, 650. They came out with.
Good point, guys. Best use of the would-be MOAS money. That's the would-be MOAS money. Best use you could come up with for it.
Amazon acquisition article that literally was not true, but they're going to do whatever they have to do to justify a run up, because at the end of the day, people understand that AMC is just running up, that maybe aren't invested in it and have that slight bit, that slight voice in their head telling them, holy crap, these retail investors that are in this have been right the entire time. That's not going to be, that's just going to make it 10 times
wow
for the other side and 10 times worse for the
other side.
That has known what's going on for so long. So, I think it's a good day. Again, I'm not going to get excited about being up 15 cents. I don't think we've seen anything, that shows me that the delaying of a lawsuit or the lawsuit happening has been any impact to AMC whatsoever. We're up like 15 cents. So for the ones out there that, believe what you want to believe, but at the end of the day,
you're going to believe what you believe.
So if we wake up tomorrow,
it's a stalemate.
We grind up and get into the 20, 30.
So it wasn't checkmate, it was stalemate, actually. But what's up, Badback? I hate him too. I hate this kid. Nice mullet. It's a feathered mullet. Ugh. Yeah. But come on, talk about market makers allowing buy volume. Now he said it wasn't because of the news.
340s. I'm gonna be excited, obviously, but right now, I think we're just on a steady uptrend. And
congratulations, 4 horsemen. You can read numbers. What is that supposed to mean? Why don't you just say what you mean and mean what you say? We can handle it. Tell us what you're thinking. Come on.
We're slowly just rising. Call it buying, whatever you want to do. At the end of the day, I don't think that shares are easily available, and I don't think we're seeing true supply and demand with the stocks. So
true supply and demand. What the hell does this clown know about true supply and demand? That's what I want to know.
See, so at the end of the day,
no. 4 horsemen. You're not gonna slide out of Weenie.
Excited that
What a
we're seeing,
goon.
especially understanding that FTDs are up, cost to borrow's up, and short interest is up. But again,
Just,
volume's still
you know
down.
what? Just call us shills and move along. Just call us shills and move along. Yeah, really, Model 3, dude. I mean, right. Yeah, see? Exactly. Oh, it means whatever you want it to mean. That's what we call pussyfooting. Pussyfooting around.
You and I can't control the volume. It's been this way from the start. Who controls the volume? Shorts and market makers. And ironically, they're the same thing because the market makers are hedge funds
No.
short in AMC. So
That's
who's
no.
controlling the inflow and outflow of volume? We've known
Oh,
that. That's
come on.
news. People out there that are delusional and want to believe that they don't control the volume. Well, sorry that you don't believe that, but it's a reality. But
It's
that being said,
okay.
I want to see more volume
Sure.
kick in.
What the
And I want to
fuck?
see the volume kick in because I know that there's buy orders that have been being bought for months on end.
Well, you came in here and made, a shitty comment. This is a reaction channel to a 10K sub channel. What's the implication there? I mean, what are you trying to say? You won't say what you're trying to say.
That have been thrown into the dark pool and haven't impacted the true price of AMC yet. So I think that's what we're going to see. I don't think a big run up that's coming has anything to do with the short squeeze.
Like,
I think it's
the apes are the worst fucking people I have ever encountered, by the way. Like, they are shitty fucking people. I mean, I think most of us can agree. Um, like they are just the most hypocritical, narcissistic cowards. And I'm not even just talking about this clown. I'm talking about all of them. Heavy are the arms that hold the bags.
simply going to be buying the shares that they haven't bought yet, because if you guys know how market makers work, they have the capability to buy payment for order flow and give you
Oh,
the shares and not go into the market
oh.
until they feel like they want to buy them. So I think that's what
So
we're going
what?
to start seeing. And again, these videos here forward, I'm going to do news, but I'm also going to
It's
tell you
like
guys how I'm feeling.
it's like the market has had this structure for a while, and it took the apes coming along in 2021 for people to actually understand, for people to actually realize it. They uncovered, the inherent fraud that's been hiding in plain sight right under everyone's nose the whole time. It's hilarious. Like, yes, congratulations, Micah. You have you now understand sort of how the market works. Congratulations. What do you want us to do? What is the point? If it's as fraudulent as you believe it is, then fucking leave. I don't get this guy. What is the point here?
um, you know, for instance, this video, how I'm feeling things are going to occur, because that's just the truth. I see manipulation.
Well, I'm sure it's true that you feel that way.
Again, these videos here forward, I'm going to do news, but I'm also going to tell you guys how I'm feeling.
Tell us how you feel.
How I'm feeling things are going to occur, because that's just the truth. I see manipulation take place every single day in the market. If you think the market's free, you're an idiot, period. So that being said, I think it's going to start coming in. We're seeing it right now.
If you had $100 million, you would be free to invest that money however the fuck you want. If you had $100 million, you would be free to invest that money however you want. That's not. So what? You don't have $100 million. You have $100. You can invest the $100 however you want. Sure, you can't move the market. Oh, you can't move the market. That doesn't make it not free. What?
now. A couple weeks ago, we seen the volume come in, but then they cut it.
If you were standing on a train track, or if you're across the pond, if you were standing on a railway track, okay, and there was a train barreling towards you, sure, yeah, you have to respect the person who stands there and stands his ground on the railroad tracks. Yeah, that's that's respectable.
Back real quick, like I don't know if they weren't ready or what it was, but right now we're starting to see the volume. We're getting those 40 million volume days, 50 million volume days. So I'm stoked. You guys should be stoked, and I'll see you on the next one.
Resolution to what? The resolution to this. What is this? Are you, I mean, that's a serious question. What is this? Is it this like a, I don't understand. The hype, the delusional beliefs, resolution. You're seeing the resolution. This is the resolution. Oh, here we go. Now,
what's up, man?
Now I can.
Man, let me say, I'm not a financial advisor. Anything that I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only. Whatever I say in this video is my opinion, may not necessarily be factual. Don't buy, sell, or hold.
Look, it's a 4.67 thousand subscriber channel.
Stock because of anything that I say in this video. Do your own DD. If people, if everybody, man, if people really knew the level of corruption,
oh boy,
that was in our AMC stock, man, it would probably blow people's mind. In my opinion, man, the corruption is just that bad. But
it would blow people's mind. But he can handle it because he is a former police officer. So he's seen a lot of terrible shit. He can deal with it. But the average person,
corruption, man, is not coming from the AMC shareholders. It's coming from the other side.
Oh, of course, it's them, not you. Right.
But if you ask Aron about the corruption that's going on in our stock, he tried to act like he's oblivious to what's going on. He has that whole plausible deniability thing that's going on when it comes to talking about
that whole plausible deniability thing. I like that.
Do I think the reverse stock split that Aron and Interior Capital put together, do I think that's to help that whole thing was put together to help Aron pay off debt? Absolutely not. I think the reverse stock split, this is just my opinion, was put together by Interior Capital and Aron. I think the reverse stock split, the proposals, I think all of it was put together to protect his hedge funds, but and to protect short sellers. Like I said, that's my personal opinion. However, when you look at the yes voters involved in our short squeeze play, they push the narrative that people should vote yes for the reverse stock split because it will help Aron. He wants to pay off the debt. That's the narrative, man, that they push.
Okay.
See, Aron, in my opinion, he didn't come out and say that. Show me some tweets. Show me where Aron communicated that he wanted.
This is lifted straight from the Marine. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is what the Marine was saying, or was it wait a minute. Yeah, I think it was the Marine before he left YouTube, but didn't really leave YouTube.
The conversion and the reverse stock split because he wanted to use the money from that to pay off all the AMC debt or to even pay the debt down. Show me, man, where he was saying it, and you can hold him responsible if he don't pay the debt down with the money that he get from the reverse stock split. No, man, that narrative and that lie, in my opinion, was pushed by people that wanted the yes vote. they use it as a way to manipulate people that was involved in our short squeeze play. They did kind of like the same thing that the person that they try to protect all the time, that's the kind of shit that he do. They played on words. They manipulate people. He did the same thing. He was going to use the money to pay off the debt. You see what I'm saying? And see, man, if you...
He never said that. So then where did it come from? Oh, wait a minute. You mean to say, now I'm going to pull a market moves with Tony maneuver here. Now, what are you saying? Are you saying that apes made an assumption? Or is that what you're saying? I don't know. Let's find out.
You look at me personally, if I look at everything that Aron has done over the past 2 years, even with the entire capital thing, that whole thing that he handled, he could have paid off a lot of debt with that. That was reckless. If you look at, man, how he's been managing the stock and selling shares, what would make you think that his intentions and the things that he's been investing in, what would make you think that his intentions is to pay off all the debt when he get the money from the reverse stock split and the conversion? No. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, man, I think this whole thing, the conversion, the reverse stock split, and the proposals, I think all these things, man, were put together. All these things were put together to protect
market in general, and it's going to collapse the entire U.S. economy. What they're saying is, let's just say that there was $1.8 trillion available to deal with problems in the U.S. stock market. They're saying that there were 90 billion shares of Mmtlp that was shorted. That's the implication, okay? We'll accept $20 per share if they will come clean and say that there were 90 billion shares of Mmtlp that were shorted, which means that there were 544 shares were shorted for every share that was actually issued. Do I think that's the case? I don't know. I don't really think that's the case.
His hedge fund buddies. That's just my personal opinion. You know, think about it, man. What has Aron done? You got to ask yourself, what has Aron done with all the money, man? If he's sincere about paying off debt.
Is that what you're saying? Are you saying that that this little wildcatting firm accounted for more than 0.0001% of any one of these short hedge funds, entire portfolio? Or are you saying that the shorting of Mmtlp accounted for 10% of the portfolio, 1% of the portfolio? What are you saying? Huh?
What are you saying, huh?
What has Aron done with the billions of dollars, man, that he has made off of 4 million or more retail investors? All the money that we put into this stock, all the money that he made off of AMC, what has he done with all the money made over the past 2 years? What is he doing with the money if he's sincere about paying off the debt? And I think, man, some of us, we got to ask some serious questions. We got to ask the question, man, do Aron really want to pay off the debt? Is Aron truly concerned with getting short sellers out of the stock? Because you got to really look at it. As a result of the corruption being in the stock.
No, clearly he wants the stock price to be lower. I don't know why. Because he's a shareholder too. Hey, he's a retail investor too. He invested his shares aren't vested yet. Yeah.
Stock. The short sellers being in the stock, although we haven't made a lot of money, people have made a lot of money in this stock. So you got to ask yourself the question, man, could it not be a possibility that Aron wants things to remain status quo? He don't want things to change. He don't want the corruption gone. He don't want the short sellers gone. Because think about it. If you look at the condition of the stock right now, he's made a lot of money. Short sellers have made a lot of money. The board has made a lot of money. 1% has made a lot of
So
money.
he concedes that short sellers have made a lot of money. So who are these idiots saying that the shorts can't afford to cover? I love that. They can't afford to cover. They're trapped because the stock price went too low.
Haven't made money.
Ay, ay, ay.
Is us. You see what I'm saying? So you got to add.
Well, let's see. Least experienced market participants in AMC, least skilled and one trick pony buy and hold. Yeah, makes sense. You haven't made any money? Yeah, because you don't know how to trade. You wanted the fantasy of 2021, 2020 and 2021. You wanted that fantasy to continue. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? I don't know. Let's find out. But that fantasy can't continue. You know, people like Four Horsemen here. Um, I mean, why even say have a good evening? You don't want us to have a good evening. I don't want you to have a good evening. I want you to have a shitty evening. I'll be honest. I want you to have a fucking shit evening. Don't come in here and patronize us.
You know, and we constantly telling him what kind of problems we having with the stock. What's stopping us from making money? He don't want to do none of the things that we're telling him to do to help us make money. So, man, that should tell you if they making money based on the way the stock.
But why can't they just be fucking normal? It's impossible for them to just be normal.
Maybe he don't want things to change. Maybe he's content, you know, with the way things are. It's just my opinion. I'm just saying you might want to look at some things. And see, look, man, as far as the reverse stock split, I look at it like this, man.
Well, we know how you look at it.
Like I said,
they're stealing 90% of your shares, which is completely inaccurate. They're taking the shares away from the shorts, and so they don't have to cover, and It's all wrong.
It's designed
to that's what he says.
Funds, but
it doesn't, though. Does not.
You know, they needed a way, man, to get some shares to where they can cover their shorts and close out their position.
How does that make sense? They needed a way to get shares. It's a reverse stock split, which you have said they're taking 90%. They're taking 90% of the shares. What, are they taking them and giving them to the hedge funds? Oh, okay.
In my opinion, man, the reverse stock split is the perfect way to help them with it. They may want to close out their position. They may want to cover their shorts, but they can't do it, man, with all the synthetic shares they get out there.
What the fuck are you talking about? You just said that they made a shit ton of money. But now they can't cover because of all the synthetic shares out there. Oh my God. What is this brain dead fucking verbal diarrhea?
They can't do it, man, with us holding all the shares that they need to cover.
Wrong.
We damn it. It's
crazy. Oh, okay.
So, man, they needed a bailout for our short squeeze play. And in my opinion, man, that's what he's doing. You see what I'm saying? I mean, think about it, man. Do you really think that I'm asking the question, do you really think that Aron has not sat down and had a conversation with the 1%ers, the powers to be in the stock market, the short?
You mean Ken Griffin? He is the power that be in the stock market. We all know that. There's literally a college at Harvard named after him. Now. So what? But yeah, everybody has to conspire with everybody else. It's all a big circle jerk. You know, everybody's in bed with everyone else, just like Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX, except it's all of Wall Street and corporations too, even corporations based with their headquarters in Kansas. I mean, if only the Dukowski brothers or whatever the fuck their name was were alive to see this, what has happened with their humble little movie theater operation. By the way, they were traveling entertainers originally. and they bought their first theater in Kansas in 1920 because they were getting older, and it's like, yeah, this whole being on the road thing is, let the younger guys deal with that. So they bought a theater, and here we are.
Short sellers, and they haven't sat down and discussed this whole reverse stock split thing, and our share, 90% of our shares being taken away from us. I mean, are you really gullible to believe that that type of conversation has not taken place? I mean, just think about it. And I'm going to close with,
well, that's not good
for the
thinking.
Aron yes voters. Look, I see y'all. I see y'all complaining to King Griffin. I see y'all complaining to the SEC. I see y'all complaining to Gary Gensler. Y'all talking about the corruption in AMC stock. Y'all.
You know, the funny thing is, Four Horsemen probably subscribed. Probably hit the subscribe button, which, you know, I wouldn't blame him. I wouldn't blame him. No shame in that. Now, if he's the one doing this DDoS attack on me right now, then we're going to have some problems. Okay, it cleared up. It cleared up.
Y'all talking about all the synthetic shares that you feel that's in AMC stock. I get it. I feel you. I feel the same way. But your leader, your silverback, the CEO of our company, he said it ain't no synthetic shares. Ain't no corruption in the stock. So why would you expect King Griffin
there
to
isn't.
do anything
I
about
mean,
what's going on?
not
Why
that
would you
way.
expect the powers to be to do anything about synthetic shares, corruption, or Gary Gensler when the CEO of the company said it ain't no synthetic shares? He just came out and said, I was a lie and you a lie. If you're saying that it's synthetic shares in AMC, you a lie.
Is that what you're saying?
So why would you expect the powers to be to do
Is that what you're saying?
about any type of corruption or any type of illegal naked showing going on in AMC when the CEO says ain't none? But see, y'all yes voters, like I said, man, y'all some big hypocrites.
Y'all.
Mad at the devil. You get mad at Gary Gensler. You get mad at the SEC for not doing nothing about synthetic shares in AMC, but you don't say nothing to the CEO. Hey man, that's being a hypocrite. Make it make sense. Thank you for taking time out to watch the video. Have a nice day.
Okay. All right. Okay. KC Shaw, market pricing in up. What the hell? Ugh. AMC's rally is just starting. It's far from over. Data zero. Oh God, I can't stand him. But it's been a minute since sometimes you got to do things you don't like.
Check it.
Fuck you. What a fucking clown.
And everything that happened in the market. So
let's skip the fucking 3 introductions he's got and his macro discussion.
And we're going to be continuing downside.
Oh,
with that for the market.
Oh, wait a minute now.
But let's go ahead and continue on. Just know that volatility is coming for the market. I'm under the belief that it's going to be bullish, and we are going to be continuing to the upside. Now, if we do have
what the fuck? What the fuck? He's looking at this right here. Oh my God. Okay, sure. I mean, this is a one-trick fucking pony. Plain and simple.
I'm under the belief that it's going to be bullish, and we are going to be
yeah, it's going to be bullish. That makes a lot of fucking sense. Yeah, and what is that transition between good mic and shit mic? Like, the actual video is done with a you used to be able to say like a Radio Shack microphone, a microphone from Radio Shack, but it's been a while on that one. Another company, you know what? Yeah, another company naked shorted into bankruptcy is Radio Shack. I mean, how dare they? They took Radio Shack down. I mean, Radio Shack. Who didn't love Radio Shack? I just, these hedge funds and market makers, they're just too much. I mean, Radio Shack, Toys R Us, Blockbuster. I mean, Jesus.
Now, if we do have volatility come in the market, I do think we could see significant downside and still be overall bullish to continue to the upside. I am under the impression that we're going to be trending up for a little bit and then eventually come back down to retest these lows, but not before we get up and it tests at least $2,300 for the SPY, possibly $2,600 for the SPY, then come back down and test these lows.
2,000? Dude, you're looking at a current chart. It's 4,000.
Of 3,800 or 3,400. That is what I'm looking at for the S&P 500, long term and short term. Let's go ahead and look at AMC and see what AMC did for today.
Great.
So AMC had a great day today. We are currently in a rising wedge, which
oh god fucking damn it. Now let me guess. Let me guess. Okay. Now we've had tons of falling wedges, and those are bullish. So let me guess. The rising wedge is bullish. It's got to be. It's got to be bullish too. I mean, come on. It's got to be bullish. Let's see. Is it bullish?
Downside when you get to the tip of it. Now, that is not the end of the world, because if we did break to the downside, it could come back down to this $5.40 level, $5.50 level, retest it, bounce off it, and continue up. I'm under the assumption that AMC is going to be continuing up in pre-market and in the market and tomorrow, then possibly see a breakdown later and in the afternoon, and then continue up. I'm under the assumption that AMC is going to be continuing up in a uptrend. Why? Because if you go ahead and look at the daily time frame, we just printed a super trend buy signal. Now these buy signals are great because they indicate large movement to the upside. As you guys can see, last time we had that buy signal, we had this candle, we had this run up here, and if you guys look back to previous times, we had major run ups when we got these buy signals on the daily time frame. So this is something significant for AMC, and I do think we are gaining momentum to the upside. Now if you go ahead and put on the Heikin-Ashi style candles, which measures by volume instead of regular candles, it's very and easy.
What? Measures price by volume? What the fuck? No, it doesn't. Oh my god. See, he can slide these fucking humdingers in here and nobody pays attention. Nobody calls them out. I doubt. I mean, I don't want to make an assumption, but I mean, you know, I'll look at the comments momentarily, but Heikin-Ashi candles do not reflect fucking volume. That's not how it works. Not at all how it works. Now, there is a candle style that does. I don't think TradingView has it. I don't think. I don't think so. What you call it? Thinkorswim does. Where it sizes the candles based on the volume. I forget what it's called. I'll look for it in a second. I have to open up Thinkorswim, but Heikin-Ashi, no, it doesn't. But I'm going to see how he uses this falsehood here, because you know this is a classic example. Here we have, you know, misinformation now that's going to be used to base another assumption on. This is how it's going to play out.
And I do think we are gaining momentum to the upside. Now, if you go ahead and put on the Heikin-Ashi style candles,
and it's Heikin-Ashi, not Heikin-Ashi, Heikin-Das.
Price by volume. Now, if you go ahead and put on the Heikin-Ashi style candles, which measures price by volume instead of regular candles, it's very clear and easy to determine up and down trends. As you guys can see, we are in a clear uptrend on the Heikin-Ashi candles. Very easy to see, very easy to identify that we are in an uptrend, and momentum is still on our side. Now, another indicator that I like to use with that is called the alligator.
Good god
damn.
damn.
Can show you momentum because it shows you how much momentum a move has by showing you how much width is in between the bands. And as you guys can see, the bands have a ton of width in between them. And when the bands have a lot of width in between them, that means the move has a lot of momentum. When the move comes to the end, that means the bands will get close together. But as you guys can see, the
Wait, you mean like moving fucking averages?
Apart, telling me that this move has a ton of momentum to the upside, and we will be continuing to the upside. This is
terrible.
On the 2 hour time frame. This is on the 1 hour time frame. This is on the 4 hour time frame. This is all confirmation telling me that this
show us the smaller time frames.
4 hour time frame, because you see,
show us the 30, 15
bands have between them. That means we are gaining momentum. Now you can see on the daily time frame we are flipping to bullish, and this is telling me momentum is building, and this move will continue to the upside. Now, falling wedges or rising wedges, again,
I mean, it's just a matter of time before he is spectacularly wrong and has egg on his face and then just goes away like Ants trades. That's my prediction with this clown. But I'll tell you what, I honestly kind of wish that Ants trades had stuck around and that this clown had left. Oh my God.
Out of the time. So there's a 2/3 chance that this will break to the downside, but there is
A
a
2/3 chance.
a 1%, a couple percent chance that we could break to the upside of this and see parabolic action. If we break to
Parabolic. Yeah.
Now,
Parabolic action up and then parabolic action down.
now, the only reason I say that is a possibility
because that's always
how many call options
what has happened.
money.
Oh, yeah. Yes, because of the call options, of course.
And because the cost to borrow is so
And the cost to borrow.
that it could cause parabolic action. As you
Because they have to borrow all those shares for those call options, and that's going to be way too expensive. Ken Griffin is going to have to take back the Harvard wing. He's going to say, you know what? I wasn't thinking about AMC. I'm not going to be able to do that.
See, cost of borrow is literally off of the charts right now. This is the moving average, this yellow line, orangish line you guys see, and as you guys can see, is literally off the charts. Cost of borrow is at about 1,000% on average right now.
No, it says right there 842 fucking percent. It's not off the fucking chart. The highest number is 900. This guy's an idiot.
As far as 1,080%, 1,050%.
Where does it say that?
Ratings, which means if you're opening up a short position at that much rating and you're paying 1,000% the share price and the share price goes up, you start so deep in the red that you are screwed if this goes up at all. So
good thing it doesn't go up at all.
Be opening up new short positions. But this is what I'm looking at for AMC. I do think this move is going to continue. I think we're going to continue to the upside tomorrow, possibly break down. So have a nice day Wednesday.
I would bet this clown $1,000 on that right now.
Hopefully have some parabolic action and break above this rising wedge. We need to break out of this rising wedge. We need to break it because it is going to make us push to the downside. But hopefully we get to the top of it, push to the downside, and that leads us to about $5.50 and then continue up from there, getting the
sure. Yeah, that sounds likely.
But
that's all. It's
AMC is going to be continuing to the upside. Now, if we go ahead and look at GME, GME had a great day today. It broke out of this bull flag that has been consolidating in above this gap.
It broke out of the bull flag. Really?
And it's been using it as support. That is extremely, extremely bullish. Now, I've been saying if GME can get above this $29, $30 range and break this overall macro pattern, GME could see explosive action. And what is GME doing right now?
This guy is also a waste of time.
You guys can see it consolidated in this bull flag.
Everything's bullish. Yeah, he's bullish on he's bullish in the overall market. I mean, okay, to each his own. But I mean, that's what happens when you rely only on TA. You sound like a fucking retard. Same thing with Ants Trades. Same thing with this clown. Same thing with Astro. Same thing with Rico. Same thing with all those fucking clowns. It's silly. It's so silly to me. This approach, it's so fucking silly.
Indicators telling us that GME does have some momentum on our side. As you guys can see, on the 1 hour time frame, we have a buy signal, and on the 4 hour time frame, we have a buy signal. Now, go ahead and go to the day.
I mean, I agree. It's absurd, but I think the best thing that could happen would be this fucking clown gets caught on the wrong side of the market and gets fucking absolutely, utterly crushed. I mean, utterly fucking crushed. That would probably be more effective than anything else. Of course, if they want to throw him a $20,000 fine on top of losing, having a massive loss in the market, that would just be icing on the cake. But I mean, yeah, go buy some more fucking Apple calls, bro.
Have a buy signal on the super trend, and if you catch these at the right,
I know, right? It's not even correct.
Run-ups if you can catch them early enough, and this is what's happening.
Look at all these indicators he's got here. He's got momentum. He's got MACD, he's got RSI, he's got all these lines, he's got super trend. Like, why do you need RSI and momentum? Not really sure.
Things are looking good for GME, in my personal opinion. And
oh yeah, they're looking great.
We've seen several meme stocks up to date.
Can we see Bed Bath & Beyond?
They are all.
Can we see Bed Bath and Beyond? Can we hear you say that Bed Bath and Beyond looks bullish? That looks really, the outlook is really good for BBBY. Let's hear that.
Ape has pretty much been flat, but I do expect volatility coming for Ape here soon. As you guys can see, if I go ahead and pop on the Bollinger Bands, you guys can see that they're getting very, very tight, telling you that volatility is definitely coming for Ape, and a huge move is coming for Ape. Even on the daily time frame, they are getting tight, and things are getting very, very volatile. Now you guys can see that on the daily time frame, we also have MACD telling me that the momentum is building to the upside, and we could have a nice pop to the upside.
You literally have the green histograms getting smaller on the MACD.
Bottoming pattern right here that you see, this bullish pennant type pattern. I think Ape could see a nice move to the upside, and we can see a bullish continuation pattern because.
So he's bullish on AMC and Ape. That's interesting. That's interesting.
Bullish continuation of this uptrend. Then we got.
Doesn't really make sense.
Which is a bullish continuation pattern, and now we could see a possible push to the upside. I don't think.
Oh yeah, push to the upside.
Lower than $1.20 because they want to keep it around the price of AMC. So if the arbitrage trade goes through, you guys don't make too much money. Now they won't not let. That's why I don't think it will go back down to like 65 cents or anything like that. And if AMC starts to run, I do believe Ape will start to follow.
If AMC starts to run, how many times have we heard that in the last 2 years? If only we could quantify that. If AMC starts to run, or when AMC starts to run, if and when. Ooh, this is a great look. This is a fucking great looking chart. Let me tell you, this one right here. How could you not jump on this? It's literally less than 11 cents. Man, look at that. Holy fucking shit. Look at that. Now, of course, this was split a few times. So there's 1 to 10 there, 1 to 10 there. This is back in like 2012 or something, right? So what have they been doing for 11 years? I don't know. Here's the meme stock era right here. I don't have, what happened to volume? That's so interesting. Here's the meme stock era. Volume is like a blip here. And then look at all this volume. Look at all this fucking cruddy volume on this. That is wild. That is wild. I mean, I'll move it over so it rescales it. Look at this. You got some pops here and there. This pop was 37 million, 39 million, 49 million. Over here, 357 million. This is in 2022. 550 million, 778 million a few days ago, March 31st. Wow. And what did the price do on that day? Look at this. That's what the price did. That's what the price did. Wow. Amazing. Sundial. $1.55. GTII. GTII. No, that's not the right GTII. I always go to the wrong one. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. GTII is $9. No, wrong GTII. There's the right GTII. No, it looks like they got a split coming up. 11 to 10. Okay. Great. BBIG. Yeah, that's one that's, man, this one is in the shitter. Holy fuck. Quarter. Less than a quarter. COSM. Looks like we got some split action here recently. Beginning of the year. Cool. Look at all that. 187. Look at all this volume. 187 million shares traded today. Space. Jesus Christ. I mean, why don't we just go here? Why don't we just go to RK? Look at that. Look at that. Look at the volume too on this fucking thing. Same thing. Volume insanely higher in I mean, relatively speaking, in 2022. Wow. Everybody trying to get the fuck out before shit hits the fan. I was trading AMD in 2021. I got out too soon. Got out way too soon. This fucking thing went double. Oh my God. This thing's still going to the moon. This has got to come back to Earth at some point here. I don't know what's going on here. I mean, even Tesla's moderated some. The original boomer meme stock, Apple, 160. 160. I made some money on Apple puts though this week. That was nice on yesterday. Oh my God. Okay. Is this over yet? Oh yeah. Fintel. Yeah. Some news. Blah, blah, blah. Buy AMC, hold AMC, but I'm not a financial advisor. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, good. Check it. Check it. Yeah, we'll fact check it. Heikin candles use average, they go off of volume. Right. Sure. Elon Musk just said this about AMC. Doubt it. Doubt he did. Benji, the human squeaky toy.
Tweet from Elon Musk. This says content review systems are broken because critics have a problem with Chris Pratt and the experts have deemed the new Mario movie a D-, even though the audiences are clearly loving it, and of course the numbers are proving this. And Elon Musk even said, wow, the critics are so...
I mean, these people just don't fucking get it, do they?
...disconnected from reality. It's always fun when Elon Musk engages with anything...
Look, Benji loved that. He loved it. He hearted it.
...popcorn or anything else, so... I wanted to add this into a video in case anyone else missed this. Halts are used so big players can recalibrate their positions, quote unquote.
No.
Screw retail investors over straight out of the mouth of the NASDAQ CEO. Welcome to the corrupt US stock market. So this right here says the NASDAQ CEO suggests...
When was this?
Trading. Allow big investors to recalibrate their positions.
Oh, look at him. He's not scrolling down to show us the fucking date. Look at this. Look at this fucking clown. Jesus Christ. All right, let's see. You're not even going to fucking believe this. You are not going to fucking believe this. Oh my God. That's from January 27th, 2020 fucking 1. That's why he won't scroll down anymore.
Combat Reddit users. So if retail investors...
That, like, how much more disingenuous could you get? I'm not sure that it's possible. I'm not sure. I am not fucking sure. Wow. Now, if we can just find a channel that's putting Charles Payne clips from the same period of time back up and cropping out the date and the index in that. And by the way, you can tell that it is from then, because look at the S&P close. It was 38.49. What an idiot. God fucking damn it. Jesus Christ. I mean, this is worthy of a report. You know, really it is. It is. Misinformation. Motherfucker. What an asshole.
Whole are all interested in a stock. Let's say it's GameStop, let's say it's AMC Entertainment, whatever stock it is. If retail investors are all, for whatever reason, interested in buying this certain stock, if they all choose to buy into it on any given day, the market chooses to then halt the stock in order to allow the bigger banks.
The market doesn't choose to halt the stocks.
Maybe they want to get out of a short position at that point. How is this fair? How is this a free, fair, level market?
Shut the fuck up.
Comment down below what you think. This ape says, laugh at me, belittle me, call me whatever names you want, but I'm not leaving. The biggest entertainment I've ever had is the countless surefire methods.
I'm not fucking leaving, Manny. I'm not fucking leaving. I'll die holding this shit and pass it on to my grandkids. The biggest entertainment I've had is the countless surefire methods to get me to sell have failed. I've increased my holding 3x from all the bullshit and discounts you have provided. I mean, that's the funny thing is they talk about the shorting this is unsustainable and blah, 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 and they're trapped. Who are the ones that are trapped, though? This guy is saying, and this is probably bullshit. Probably bullshit. They probably don't even have a position. I've increased my holding 3x from all the bullshit and discounts you have provided. But I mean, it has to go up in order for that to be considered a discount. If it doesn't ever go back up, it wasn't a discount. It was a fire sale. It was a clearance liquidation. Big difference. Big fucking difference. So time will tell whether it proves to be a discount. But so far, it's not a discount. It's just a loss. Laugh all want, call me dumb, tell me I'm going to lose. We will see who is laughing in the end. You underestimated retail. You gave us time to learn, and you haven't learned when to admit defeat. Your ego will be your downfall. Your greed will bankrupt you, and your ignorance will make you the biggest laughing stock in the world. You won't recover. Enjoy your time in the limelight, apes. It's almost run out. It's my revision. They're talking about themselves, plain and simple. Their ego will be their downfall. I mean, just think, 4 horsemen. Your greed will bankrupt you, every ape who didn't take a 36x gain. And you haven't learned when to admit defeat or when to admit that you made mistakes. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, until that happens, nothing's going to change here. Nobody cares if they buy, hold, or sell. Exactly. We're just laughing at their delusion.
I've increased my so the closer it gets, more shares telling you to AMC. There will always be someone telling you to sell your shares. Even more so, the closer it gets.
The closer it gets. The closer it gets to zero.
The DD is done, and so are the hedges.
The DD is done. That's been a while since we've seen that. The DD is done. And so are the hedges. Ooh, nice variation. The rockets are loaded and ready to launch and crash back to Earth on its belly.
Rockets are loaded and ready to launch, just waiting for the countdown. We've been in this position before and will likely be in it again at some point.
God damn it. Terrible. Fucking terror. Where's my buddy Donnie? Where's my buddy Jonathan? Here he is. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that cover image on his thumbnail.
This is not
Not
financial
financial advice, not
legal
legal
advice.
advice, entertainment, educational purposes only.
And anything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. That being said, hit the like button, subscribe button on that YouTube algorithm. So you get a video that put them out.
Some analysts in that data, but as I tell you, every day the data they release is false, and because false trading markets, we can make bad trading decisions. Listen.
The people.
Listen is part of the disclaimer, see. Listen is actually the last word of the disclaimer. I've realized this.
Shorting AMC are in trouble. The pressure is building.
You're in trouble, buddy. You are in trouble. That's a legal term. You are in trouble. He knows. He's a lawyer.
The coil is ready to explode. Okay? The coil is ready to explode.
Oil is ready to explode.
Cost to borrow like this.
Well, so we're talking Wyckoff. Now we're talking springs and coils. Okay. Whoops. Now we're talking springs and coils. What are you talking? Wyckoff?
On any stock, and I'm not no stock market expert. I've only really been dating.
I'm not even going to say anything.
Into the stock market over the last 2 years because of the.
Again, I'm not going to say anything, but this is telling. Like, this should be in the disclaimer. I've only been in the stock market for the last 2 years.
On any stock, and I'm not no stock market expert. I've only really been digging into the stock market over the last 2 years because of the.
Mm-hmm.
So most of everything I've learned over the past 24 to 30.
So you have no frame of reference then, what you're saying. That's not really what you should be saying. It doesn't matter. Of course it doesn't fucking matter. No, because nobody cares. Nobody actually thinks about anything that is said here. But if I said, yeah, I know, look at that. I don't know what I'm talking about. I've only done this for like less than 2 years, and I've only really known this period of time. It would make sense that you might be an ape, honestly. But number one, that's not true. And number two, all of these clowns have basically been in the stock market for the last 2 years at most. So you have no frame of reference. All you know is this retardation that we've had, literally being in a fucking global pandemic and not only having a V-shaped recovery, but then going on to, rally another 100% or whatever the fuck it was. And then when you don't, exercise good judgment and like take profits, because that's what you have to do when things are volatile, then you say, oh, it's corruption. Oh, they took away the buy button. Yeah, the last thing you needed to be fucking doing was buying more. You should have taken that as a fucking hint. They nudged you in the right direction. They tried to give you fucking free money. And all they wanted to do was waste more. Imagine that.
30 months. Seriously. But all the stocks that I've researched, all the stocks that I've looked at, I've never seen a cost to borrow minimum of 955%. It's absolutely outrageous. It's unprecedented. I've never seen it before in my life.
Never seen it before in my life in the last 2 years. Okay.
AMC has now hit the
he's there's another good face.
all-time high on the cost to borrow minimum.
All-time high on the cost to borrow. Guess what? Nobody fucking cares except you and your ilk. Because, drum roll please, It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't fucking matter. You're talking about hedge funds. You're talking about Wall Street. You're talking about firms. You're talking about institutions. It doesn't fucking matter. Do these clowns not realize that it doesn't fucking matter? I don't know. 3 digits is a lot. Every ape that hit XXX number of shares, it was a big deal. So I guess they think it's also a big deal when the hedgies hit XXX on the cost to borrow. Guess what? They don't fucking care. It's just another fucking day at the office. Another fucking day at the office.
It might be the all-time high of any stock that I've seen, because I've never
Shut the fuck up.
seen a stock.
You already established the outset that you don't know what you're talking about, that you haven't seen that much. So quit using all these superlatives like you're some experienced motherfucker. Jesus.
With a cost to borrow minimum.
This guy has no fucking shame. He is so clueless.
It's absolutely outrageous.
You said that already.
It tells me that the pressure is building on these bad actors, and the coil is being squeezed tighter and tighter and tighter. And when it explodes, woo, who knows how high AMC can go? And can they even make it to April 27th? I'm not sure.
No.
I'm not sure. With these kind of costs to borrow,
No.
with 955% cost to borrow, something is gonna break. You know how you know what we used to say? We used to say pressure breaks pipes. Well, the pressure about to break these pipes with a 955 minimum cost to borrow. The pressure is building up. Anyway, please leave some comments.
The cat zone. Think about it. Here, use some logic. Okay, short sellers think the stock is overvalued. Short sellers believe that a given stock is overvalued. They think the price is too high. They think it's overvalued. Now, worthless, I mean, that's editorial. That's not really that's a qualitative label. So you're saying people are saying it's worthless. Okay, whatever. Let's say fundamentally someone believes it should be $1, should be trading between $1 and $2. Okay. So right now it's $5 and something. So it's overvalued. Going on that assumption that it's overvalued and that you believe that it will go to what it fundamentally is valued at based on, the underlying company fundamentals. You think the stock's going to go down, worthless or not, is irrelevant. You think it's going to go down. A lot of people think it's going to go down. So paying high cost to borrow fees that's just a price of admission for writing the stock down potentially $2, $3, $4. So it's really not really a great argument to say, why are short sellers paying such high cost to borrow fees for a worthless stock? If they think it's worthless, they'll pay 2,000%. Why would you not be willing to pay 2,000 fucking percent? You think it's worthless. You think it's going to zero. I want to capture that $5. I'll pay whatever the fucking fee is. You got to think outside of the box here. You got to think outside of the 8 box. And these clowns aren't making it any easier for people to do that. But it's not really anything. Nobody thinks that way. Nobody thinks that way. Plus, and in bad backs, going into some other things here. Cost to borrow is annualized for one. So that 1,000% of $5, let's just call it $550. We just call it $550. Is $55, but that's a yearly figure. So if you divide that out by 365, that's roughly 15 cents per day. How many days are these short positions being held? Well, Ortex has an average short position length, but I mean, I don't know if it's really prudent to generalize about that, because you have all kinds of durations, just like you do with long positions. So some people are, you know, and by the way, if you were holding a long position, if you were holding a long position on AMC, let's do that. If you were holding a long position from AMC, if you bought it here in August, you bought it in August when it was $15 to now, you're down roughly 70%. Okay. You're down $10, roughly 70%. If you had a short position, you'd be, the opposite way. You'd be looking at 70% of profit. So it's just the opposite trade. Let's see here. When you see AMC pump 10 to 15%, you can bet that pump in prices from short sellers closing their positions and profit taking. Apes are not moving the price with buying pressure. And that's what we see with these pops here, this kind of stuff. This is all short covering, most likely. I say most likely because we can't know for sure, but I mean, it's pretty obvious. Of course, if it's obvious, it's obviously wrong. So I better not say that. But like this day here, the 27th, and you can also compare it to the overall market, and you can see, a lot of these pops coincide with generalized uptrends in the market, and known short covering kind of rallies that have happened over the last 2 years. So anyway, especially when you see stuff like this, you see basically just cruising right through any resistance with no effort. That's like market orders just chewing through. That's another clue that's what you're dealing with. But the shorts really think AMC is going bankrupt. Yeah, I mean, it's not good for companies that are not viable to remain. That's the reality. This is not an emotional thing. It's not about feelings. It's not about nostalgia. It's not about 100-year history. It's about the bottom line. It is about the bottom line. And AMC's bottom line is terrible. And arguably, you could say that Adam Aron made it worse. Sure, it's the largest theater chain in the world. But at what cost? At the cost of an insurmountable debt that even the shareholders aren't willing to raise money to try to, number one, pay that down, and number two, provide operating capital for the company. Do the apes think AMC is going out of business too? No, then why don't they want them to raise money? That's a catch-22. If you don't want them to raise money because you're worried about your short squeeze, you are bringing the bankruptcy even closer to reality. That's the ultimate irony here. The apes thought that they were, clever in that in 2021. But I don't know if they were. And they don't need that to make money. That's true. And like, look, you have other movie theaters that are also in arrears. So like Regal / Cineworld. We just read a news article at the beginning of this stream, talked about Cineworld restructuring, filing a restructuring plan in bankruptcy court. They quote unquote went bankrupt, but they're reorganizing, and the company is going to persist in a different form, reorganized differently. So that is also, not a bad thing. It sucks for the shareholders, but hey, you win some, you lose some. Let's see. This myth that shorts need or even want to AMC to go bankrupt is false. They profit either way when a company is down 80% or so off all-time highs. The shorts have already won. Absolutely. Absolutely. And the thing of it is, shorts are never the cause of the downfall of a company or imminent bankruptcy. That's not how it works. It just literally cannot be. I mean, and you have to understand the difference between like a primary offering of shares that the company sells. That is the only time that they get the money from selling from shares trading in the market. That's the only time they do. Every other time, whether it's people buying the stock, people selling the stock, people shorting the stock, all of this, let's see here. When did they last issue shares? I don't know. I'll just say 2020, beginning of 2022. They haven't issued any shares since then, I don't think. All of this is irrelevant to AMC, ultimately. This is all between market participants. Here's Billy Hedge Fund, and Billy Ape, and whoever, right? These are market participants that are trading ultimately among themselves. Money is exchanged between market participants. AMC has nothing to do with it. So there is literally no way. The only way, one of the only ways that I've come across in researching this for nearly 2 years is lower market cap can make it can make the shares appear, can make the stock appear to be, bad, and that can dissuade people from investing in it. But again, unless it's an offering of shares, it doesn't really matter. Number two, it can make it harder for companies to borrow money. But I mean, if you're trying to borrow money at this point, should you be? I don't know. It's probably too late. Probably need to do something more than just borrow another $1 billion. Probably need to restructure. You probably need to, change things up. Otherwise, you just, and why would anyone lend you more money? You've already blown through $10 billion. Why? Yeah. What's 20 to 30? What's that based on? AMC at its current share price now is still overpriced. Unfortunately, apes don't understand that AMC is unprofitable no matter how much popcorn selling. The business model is outdated and unprofitable. Agreed. I agree. But, we are unbiased. I know it's hard to believe, and it seems like we are biased, but we're actually unbiased. It's easy to be unbiased when you don't have a position. It's hard to be unbiased when you do have a position. So I can understand why people would say 20 to 30. I think it's worth $20 to $30 a share. It's very hard, if not impossible, to strip out I want it to be $20 to $30 a share because that would be good for me, out of it, to say, yes, I honestly believe, based on evidence, based on quantitative analysis, that this stock is fairly valued at $20 to $30. I don't think you can. I don't think I think very few people are capable of that. Like, we're human beings. Like, money is an emotional thing. Of course, we want to make money. We don't want to lose money. But where it gets delusional is when, you know, you have a company that's unprofitable, and we're talking about, you know, the price should be nearly 10 times higher, 6 to 8 times higher. That's not logical. That doesn't make sense. How is that warranted? I don't think it is. So, but I mean, this is a good discussion, because it hits on a lot of these things. And, you know, please understand, I'm gonna channel Lou here. Please understand that, you know, nothing is personal. You know, I mean, I like seeing your name pop up in chat, cat zone, you know, and you're, you know, just as valued a subscriber as anybody else. But it's our, I don't want to say job, I don't want to say duty, but the whole reason we're here is to challenge these things. That's really, you know, it. Because a lot of these things, a lot of these beliefs and concepts and just the pillars of belief in this narrative were established at a time when nobody was thinking about anything. Quite frankly, it was, you know, a frenzy. It was emotional. It was exciting, but it wasn't rational. That's one thing it was not. It was not rational. And we've always tried to say, hey, wait a minute. What did he just say? Wait, hold on. I'm going to go back and listen to what he said. Okay, and then we're going to look at that. We're going to think about this longer than just it going by in the video. Because you can't think about it. They're on to something next, the next thing. So we don't want to change anybody's mind. We don't care what anybody does. We don't care what anybody's positions are or what they think is going to happen, but we will evaluate it from, you know, the facts as best we can discern them. And with really, you know, painstaking effort on filtering these biases out. So let's go back to, now I did check this earlier, and we don't have another video from AMC Fundamental Man.
Tell me what you think.
Okay, tell me what you think. Yeah, you don't want to know what I think. I mean, anybody who has the fucking gall to put out a video claiming margin calls now, you are a fucking asshole. Like, that's verifiable. You are a fucking asshole. If you sit there now in fucking 2023, 2 years later, and you still put out videos talking about margin calls, fuck you. I mean, quite frankly, fuck you. That's ridiculous. That was the original catalyst that never occurred. Lou, Lou. Come on, there he is.
All right, so obviously AMC had a bit of a bump up today, and we'll see if they take
bump up
and basically try to hold it on the side, but it doesn't matter. It keeps climbing up, I mean, until popcorn gets his way. So I'm gonna touch on a couple of things here now. Apparently there's a firm out there saying they got a couple of 100 million AMC shares, which, once again, where's popcorn? Won't talk about that. It's fast to tell you to vote and everything else like that, and ape is free. Remember that video? People still can't believe he actually said ape was free. You know, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, the numbers on AMC are all over the place. And yeah, because there is no shares, and they're lending shares out at a ridiculous cost to borrow.
What happened to the cleanup operation? I thought that the cleanup operation was
in order
in effect.
to like stop this, but you really right now can't. You will when popcorn gets this dilution. I am to the point right now where, yes.
Well, without that dilution, AMC is most certainly going to the grave. I mean, I don't see how. I mean, I don't see it. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, you've got other of these low quality meme stock companies, you know, doing all kinds of shit, reverse splits, issuing shares, bankruptcy proceedings, going private, all different things. It's not just AMC, you know. I guess the difference is AMC has these stubborn shareholders who, you know, somehow think that Aron, the CEO, promised them a short squeeze, and he did nothing like that at all. Now, I'm not saying that I think Aron is a great guy. I think he's a slime ball. I think he's, you know, I can hardly stand to listen to him talk. But I mean, he's the CEO of the company. The buck stops with him, and his job is to ensure that this company continues to operate and it continues to be a viable business. And shareholders, at the end of the day, like I said, what are you really doing for the company by trading the shares, by buying the shares and holding the shares? You're either making money for yourself or you're contributing to someone else's profit, but that doesn't affect AMC. What affects AMC is when you buy shares from them. That's the only way that any of this stuff affects AMC. And that's the one thing that the apes refused to allow to happen. But they want a short squeeze. So it doesn't make sense, in other words. And, I'll push back on the notion that Aron screwed their shareholders, including the cat zone. You know, by all accounts, not pertaining to the common stock trading and ape, but in terms of the company itself, what are the complaints? I mean, the company is dependent on another industry and its production. But beyond that, they have tried to go in other directions. They have tried to create some other revenue streams. I'm not saying they're good or that they are going to be successful, but I mean, you have to do something. You just can't sit idly by. So it's not like he hasn't done anything. But at the end of the day, one of the perceived gripes is, the ape thing. Yeah, because I mean, there's so many reasons why AMC needed to issue shares. Not to mention, I mean, not the least of which is they need money, and trading the shares in the market, secondary market, doesn't do any good for AMC. The only way that it helps is if you buy them from AMC when they issued them initially. So there's that. Also, the stock will be delisted at some point. It will go OTC if it continues to go down. That would be catastrophic. Goodbye ETFs, goodbye everything else. So, I mean, as far as AMC, I know AMC hasn't had any mass layoffs or job cuts, and that's true too. I think it is. Hey, Lynn. Hey, Lynn. Of course, you know, it's probably easier to not lay off your staff when you'll pay them $10 an hour, $12 an hour. But it's a part-time job for high school students. That's what working at the movie theaters is, I think. He unloaded 40 million shares, bought Wyckoff Mining. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. He did Ape, which was a total debacle for the shareholders. But the shareholders denying dilution in 2021 when the share price was high was a debacle for the company. By voting no and saying, we are greedy, we want a short squeeze before we let the company do what it needs to do to survive, that hurt the company. That brought the short squeeze farther away. That took the short squeeze farther away in potentiality. That's what I'm saying. Because now Adam Aron is saying, and I believe it's true, the way that you combat this is you have as strong a fundamental company as you can. You have fundamentally the strongest company that you can that would not eliminate, you're never going to eliminate a short thesis. I hate when people say that. Because would anybody want to eliminate a long thesis? No, nobody cares. But because it's shorting, oh, it's bad. It hurts the company. No, it doesn't hurt the company. But anyway, but to make it less attractive to short sellers, by the way, also a way to reduce or eliminate or to make the short selling thesis less attractive is for the stock to be fairly valued, for the stock not to be overvalued. And I don't think people think about that. But at $70, it was very clear that this stock was overvalued. And the apes are wondering why it's going down. Are you kidding me? That was like free money. That was like free fucking money. Especially if had a long position, rode the pop up, took profits, and then and entered a short position or puts with the right time horizon to account for volatility. That what you got, you made money coming and going. Anyway,
Yes, I want this to run us to be done with it. But I mean, 100%, like if they ever took this stock and set it aside like an act of Congress to look at it.
oh God,
I think
act of Congress.
it's more valuable for me to see everything displayed right in front of me than to get the money out of this. At this point,
You know what though, Cat Zone? You don't have a time machine, but you have the next best thing, which is the memory and the experience and the lessons that it could teach you. And that's arguably better than having a time machine. You know? So I say, so what? Everybody makes money sometimes, everybody loses money sometimes. Sometimes people lose a lot of money, sometimes people make a lot of money. If you come to my seminar, you're going to make a lot of money. But like this is the biggest opportunity. And I'm not even talking about AMC. I'm not talking about trading AMC. I'm just talking in general. I'm afraid a lot of people are going to squander the opportunity. And hey, that's their prerogative. I don't care ultimately. But that's the thing, is that people who are successful, they don't dwell on things that they did 2 years ago. Now, they might think about it sometimes, but they think about it, fondly, if you can believe that, because that was something that nudged them or pushed them, depending on how big of a screw up it was, or shoved them onto the train tracks and got them to realize, or change or look at things differently. Like, this is what I've been trying to say for 2 years. Like, you would like to have that 400% money, but you could have made more than that by moving on from this, taking the lessons, and trying again and again and again and again several times, and you'd still screw up here and there, and you'd still lose money, and you'd still make money, and you'd still lose money. But I have no doubt that if the apes had spent the last 2 years after the squeeze in 2021, if they had moved on instead of dwelling on something that to the rest of us was clearly over for many reasons, especially once 2022 hit and everything that came with that, they could have made more money than they would have made if they had sold at 72. No question. If they had learned, if they had dared to apply it and to try again, and without the fear, of repeating the same mistakes, you're going to, but it would have been better off say, you know what? Oh man, that sucked. That could have been really great. But this time I'm going to do better. And then, maybe you make money, and then, okay, what did I do? So it would have, it would have exactly, that's what I'm saying. Make more money in the long run going through this lesson. And I think that possibility absolutely exists if, but see, that's what I'm not really worried about, but that's what I think the concern is that I don't see anybody, and I see very few people. I mean, we were seeing it more, but I feel like we're not seeing it as much now. We're back to the old apish shit. We're back to the, all the ape classics, greatest hits, largely. So traders, investors, we always remember the big losses more than we remember the big wins. That's something that people talk about, because emotionally it hurts to lose. If you make $50 versus lose $50, you will feel worse losing $50. The amount of bad you feel will be greater than the amount of good you feel if you made the same amount of money, if that makes sense. So if you make $1,000, you feel good, but if you lose $1,000, you feel proportionally worse about it. So that's just part of human nature. You have to be, stone cold. Always remember, you don't fuck the market fucks you. Well, that's another thing. This notion that retail investors have an influence in the market and all this garbage. It's garbage. I mean, no bad back. I mean, you've been trading probably longer than I have, even. And Model 3 dude, certainly, and other people here. Like, I don't know. I mean, it just seems like in this period, all the priorities got out of whack. Like that bad back was saying, became more about being right than about P&L. It became more about fighting for fairness and making markets transparent and whatever else the Mmtlp cutesy little badge thing they made. Like, no, how would it be fair if they literally restart trading on a shit ticker that essentially zombie corporations, and there's allegations of fraud and RICO, major RICO invested, whatever weird lawyer said. How would that be fair? That would be fair? No, that would be advantageous to them, to the retail investors who, why? I mean, especially if you look at what the stock was doing at the end. Why in the fuck would you not, like, it just doesn't make sense. We're not in that environment anymore. So like you need to actually do stuff now. You don't just sit around and watch things just go up endlessly. That ain't it anymore. And that was never it, really. That's why I say bad back and Model 3 dude and what. I never personally was under the delusion that retail investors had any influence in the market. I know I don't, and I don't care what other people are doing, other retail investors. I don't care, what some random person on YouTube is doing. I'd rather not know, honestly. A lot of the time. And so, it was about, trying to be able to identify and read trends, price levels, fundamentals to a certain degree, that kind of stuff. But nobody, as far as, I mean, if it was like, oh, these guys on Reddit are doing this, we would call that a pump and dump. So like retail shareholders moving together as a block is really kind of a false thing. And I don't even want to think about how many people on these Reddit posts where they say I'm going to go load up the boat on tomorrow. Thanks, hedgies, for the discount. How many of those people are so full of shit and probably don't own a single share, or they're so far underwater and they haven't actually made a trade in months? I mean, this element of it, this social element of it, in a way, is a very unnecessary, um, misplaced element, in my opinion. Like that, that was the thing that allowed it to happen. That was the thing that brought the people together. It was also the thing that created the downfall. It was also the problem. It was also the fatal flaw, if you will. So, anyway, I'm going to stop talking.
I want the money for all you people. I get it. I love you, motherfuckers. You deserve it. We all deserve it. But shit.
You don't deserve fucking shit. See that right there. You deserve it. Why? Oh, investors being rewarded for making bad decisions warrants that warrants being deserved something. Is this a participation trophy here, Lou? Like what are you talking about? You deserve it. Oh, for all the shit you put up with. Oh, for all of the uncomfortable situations you've put yourself in as a result of your decisions, you deserve a reward for that? Come on. That's patronizing.
Saying they have these types of shares when Bankman said
now I'm going to shut up.
Shares, but then Popcorn saying we had 90% of the float back then, and then he created Ape, and then those market cap numbers from Robinhood to TD popped up. I mean, you gotta understand, this is not even a normal fucking bite. No way at all. Nothing normal. All I can say is, listen, as I look at this stock and I see the price climbing up, all I can tell you is this, and expect anything, because this play is too fucking big by my numbers to allow to just run loose. If this thing just runs loose, and let me tell you something, this shit will trigger a bazillion other ones. We'll see. They'll put the boot on the neck of AMC today, but then we'll see what happens. We've done it before. We could possibly do it again.
Possibly, but again, it's different now, different time. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is from today. This is going to be terrible. Let it be a good one to end. It's a softer Lou. Yeah. Let's see here. I always forget how to do this, but just have to do it this way. All right. All right. We'll end with this here. It'll take us a little past 11, but whatever. Let's kick it off.
Jeff in Boston, let's kick it off. Hey, this was a letter that came in. It's kind of funny. Somebody named Rose Izzo, retail investor project at hotmail.com, Wilmington, Delaware. And
Hotmail.com. Okay.
And let's take a look at this, right? This is actually, you know, it's interesting. Delaware State Attorney General Kathy Jennings, member of Congress and a House Committee on Financial Services, Patrick Manhenry, and ranking member Maxine Waters, counsel for plaintiff and counsel for defense, are also listed on here. So whoever wrote this letter, Rose Izzo, clearly wants attention to this because they've included Congress members and the AG, Kathy Jennings.
Yeah.
Take a look at what she says. Dear Honorable Judge, Vice Chancellor Morgan Zern, thank you for giving me the opportunity to put my statement on the record in this matter. I would also like to thank the plaintiff and their counsel for how they put forth the complaint. However, I disagree, in my opinion. Their betrayal to us, other shareholders, owners of AMC Class A shares, in a rush settlement of this case. As a retail investor in the U.S. stock market, I am shareholder owner of AMC Holdings, Class A common stock, and shareholder of preferred equity units. I'm writing to address not only my concerns, but to voice for many other retail investors who strongly feel they're getting scammed by AM CEO Adam Aron, aka Silverback, aka Popcorn.
AM CEO. Is that like AMKC Shaw? And this is the clue to me that this guy will never be a lawyer. He sucks at reading. Like, go watch an actual lawyer's channel on YouTube. Lawyer You Know, Steve Leto, Leonard French, Legal Eagle, and listen to them read documents. Now they read the documents. They read the documents. They read every word in the documents the way it's written. This clown. Yeah, right.
Fucking blue, man.
I don't know what this is in reference to, but that applies here.
Lou, if you're listening, man, dude, you came up with that name like 3 years ago, and it's still
all those channels are excellent.
Official document to Congress, to House members of the Financial Services Committee called Adam.
I'll even throw Rakita Law in there. You know,
Adam Aron's popcorn. Oh, that's incredible.
Uncivil law.
Complicit or willing participant in the fleecing of the AMC retail investors by undermining the voting rights of AMC common Class A stockholders. The question in the complaint of whether not CEO Popcorn and members of the AMC board have breached the fiduciary duties to us as the retail investors of the disloyal scheme of shareholders, vote suppression. Wow, that's an indictment by the AMC board is spelled out in detail. As a kitchen table economist, I love you, Rose. I fucking love you. I oppose all named resolutions to increase the total
gross
authorized shares of Class A common stock proposed by the AMC board. I'm also opposed to the merger of Class A with A for reverse stock split. Furthermore, I oppose the retention of the AMC CEO Popcorn because, in my opinion, of his blatant mismanagement of retail investors. I don't know this person, but I like her like a lot. This is amazing. This is exactly correct. Mismanagement of retail investors funds. CEO Popcorn said the reverse stock split was indeed to raise capital for the AMC. Why would anyone trust this board with more money after they, in my opinion, squandered away millions of dollars of wasteful spending already. Correct.
Okay. That
You are correct, Miss Rose. I understand
Miss
the
Rose.
stock market is winners and losers. Taking losses is acceptable if the game is played by the rules. However, in my opinion, the game was rigged against shareholders, owners of AMC and common stock by our own board of directors. Wow, what an indictment!
I mean, Lynn, that's what we were. I mean, I think it was before you came in, but yeah, that's the thing. You know, you don't want the company to raise more money. Okay, noted. You don't want a CEO that is responsive to retail investors. Okay, noted. Like, no, they want they they want Ryan Cohen.
Losses of retirement investment
How do you
funds pale in comparison.
you have to have I don't just like, oh my God. Okay. I'm gonna go back a little bit.
An indictment. My substantial losses of retirement investment funds pale in comparison to the mistrust I now have in the U.S. stock market.
Oh,
I hope that the U.S. Congress will protect my.
guess what? The market does not care. That just means that you don't belong in there. You don't belong. Like, I don't know how else to say it. Like, retirement investment funds in AMC. Okay. Thanks, long and hard.
Retail investors by calling the AMC board of directors to testify why they will undermine the voting rights of Class A common stock. Vice Chancellor Morgan Teaser, can you refer to this matter to the Delaware State AG for further investigation into possible criminal activity? Finally, I'm not represented by Allegheny, the plaintiff, and their attorneys of AMC defendants. I want to retain my independence.
Oh, dang it, Lynn.
Individual shareholders, my rights to bring suit against any other matter that I may choose. Please opt me out to this rush settlement agreement. God bless. Respectfully, Rose is. Wow, Rose.
The settlement agreement is no longer.
That is incredible. Well done, Rose Izzo, Wilmington, Delaware. I think you're an absolute.
I mean, there's no substantiated facts in there. There's nothing. I mean, it's just the same ape speculation. I mean, as a kitchen table economist, I mean, that's why you're at the fucking kitchen table, Rose. Like, and not, leading a company or making financial decisions on things that like matter to other people. You opposed all resolutions to increase the total number of shares. Okay. Again, kitchen table economist. How's the company supposed to survive? I don't know, whatever. I'm just going to eat some more bacon. I mean, what the hell? And she's using the popcorn moniker. I have half a mind to say that this is a shill, or they're acting as a shill. I don't know. Who knows? But she paid her $4 for it to be scanned.
All out there. Now, what is Rose talking about? Clearly, Adam Aron, and this is my opinion. All right. I believe that this is a bust out scheme. All right. It's also known as looting or tunneling, right? This happens when a CEO or other top executives intentionally destroy a company from within for personal.
Oh my God.
Assets. And for this matter, it could be both. The process typically involves a series of fraudulent and unethical practices like running out the company's debt or manipulating financial statements, taking out huge loans, and engaging in other activities that negatively impact the company's financial health. Once the company,
yeah, especially putting their retirement funds into highly fucking risky plays. I mean, what the hell? That's ridiculous. Should I say it? Maybe I shouldn't say it. Rose is trash.
Companies in distress, the
I don't know Rose.
they may raise
Just like that
as long
clown
as
doesn't know
in our
Scotty.
case, to sail in and save the day, right? Provided additional financing often at an unfavorable terms.
Yep, he's reading something. You can tell because it's broken fucking English.
This can lead to further financial strain on the company and may result in dilution of the company's stock, which we are seeing as additional shares are issued to the lender, right? Ultimately, this can lead to the company's bankruptcy or liquidation while the executive walks away with a substantial personal profit or assets.
He already did. He didn't need to do that. He made $42 fucking million off of your ass. And he didn't even sell his shares anywhere near the top. He didn't have to. Probably couldn't, but he didn't have to. What are you talking about? A bust out scam? Come on. The fucking clown.
Asset stripping, corporate rating, financial engineering, vulture capitalism, predatory management. It's important to note that note that all these practices.
Yeah, it's important to note.
And can result in severe
consequences, hold on,
including
hold on.
financial penalties and imprisonment. And can result in severe consequences, including financial penalties and
fuck. I didn't go back far enough.
To note that note that all these practices are illegal. And
is it actually what it said? Because he started to say it's important to note that not. But then he said it's important to note that all these practices are illegal. I call bullshit on that. I'm going to call bullshit on that right there. I need to know what he's reading from, which there's no way to know. I guess I could look it up.
Engineering, vulture capitalism, predatory management. It's important to note that note that all these practices are illegal and can result in severe consequences, including financial penalties and imprisonment. And those found guilty, right? If you're found guilty, you're gone. That's it. However, not every instance of corporate failure is a result of a bust out scheme. In some cases, a company's decline may be due to poor management. Changing market conditions or other external factors. Listen, guys, it's my opinion that Rose is correct, that her assumptions are correct.
Of course.
That a guy who went to Harvard Law School, Harvard Business School, either is inept, doesn't understand how the new market works because he's not a market participant per se. He can make puts and all that other stuff, and you can short stock. But what he is not is understanding how short sellers in the postmodern world works. The guy is nearly 70. He doesn't have the understanding. He doesn't have. He's got people.
Let me guess. You do. Al does. Al fucking does, right? What? Jesus Christ!
Is understanding how short sellers in the postmodern world works. The guy is nearly 70.
Yeah, they work the same way they've always worked. God damn it.
He doesn't.
This is some fucking severe gaslighting right here. Holy shit. Fuck. This is terrible.
Understanding he doesn't have. He's got people, in all reality, at age 68 and is doing what he's doing right now, the glad handing, he probably is on some kind of, he probably has cognitive decline. Okay.
Oh my God. At least he had cognitive ability ever. What's your excuse? You're probably 40. Oh, it was when I was in Iraq. I'm gonna curb any further statements because it'll get ugly.
It's just the way I see it. Some people have it, some people don't. People want to say, oh, it's chess making and chess playing and all this other shit, but what we have seen is not chess. This is no, sorry, that's just not true.
Well, I don't know because the company is still around. A case could be made that the fundamentals are improving. They didn't have to go through a bankruptcy reorganization. They didn't have to wipe out all the shareholders. Like literally, figuratively, maybe they did. So, I mean, I don't know. You know, it's not so black and white to me. But I mean, what is black and white seems to be like holding on to this stock through this period of the company's uh, history, development, whatever you want to call it, this period of time, and expecting it to go, you know, to $100 per share is silly. I mean, that is pretty black and white to me. I mean, and that doesn't have anything to do with Adam Aaron. I don't know.
But either way, that's my opinion. It's not financial advice. This is my opinion. Rose Izzo, congratulations on this. This is tremendous.
Congratulations.
I wish you well, and I wish those folks that you CC'd are involved in this very soon. That's it for today, or for right now at least.
Good. One last check. Nope, nothing here. They are shutting down fake tokenized shares get exposed. Oh, we got to do this one real quick. It's only 2 minutes because there's more nonsense coming out about supposed supposed tokenized shares. Jesus.
AMC stock regarding a major shutdown down. In today's video, I have
Here we go.
They are shutting down. In today's video, I have a major update for AMC stock regarding a major shutdown that just took place. And guys, if you own AMC stock, you need to watch this video. Before I begin, if you like AMC stock, be sure to smash that like button. It only takes a few seconds and I really would appreciate it. Also, be sure to hit that subscribe button if you're new so you don't miss out on future videos. Keep in mind, this is not financial advice. This video is only for entertainment purposes. Be sure
So, in other words...
Just a second there, Professor. We fixed the glitch.
They fixed the glitch. Cool, got it.
Yourself, as I'm not a financial advisor. Well, let's get right into it, guys. So in this video, I want to go over a shocking update regarding a shutdown that just took place and how this could impact AMC. Make sure you guys pay close attention.
Jesus Christ, get the hell off your microphone. Oh my God.
What I'm about to share with you, because this is absolutely bananas. So according to sources, the so-called AMC fake tokenized shares are about to go vanish again with Bittrex closing in the United States. It has been reported that the crypto called Bittrex Inc., which was founded in 2014 by 3 Amazon alumni, is shutting down its U.S. operations, citing a regulatory environment that has made it no longer feasible to operate in the country. In my opinion, guys, great news. I don't think they actually have 600 million AMC tokenized shares at 1-to-1 with AMC shares they hold. It's obviously fraud in my opinion. Apes have owned about 90% of the AMC float for about 2 years.
Blah, 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 blah.
100 million more AMC than the 500 million that was ever issued. So they are quitting.
If it's obvious, it's obviously wrong. That's all I'm going to say here. Like, if it's obvious, it's obviously wrong. You're not thinking. You are not using your brain
before it gets really ugly. So guys, in my opinion, this is definitely Furthermore, I do want to mention that AMC is continuing to rally this week. The stock is up over 12% since the start of the week, which shows that there is still a lot of bullish momentum. The next level of resistance is likely going to be $6 per share. I would like to see to test that level very soon, hopefully this week. Now guys, do me a favor, drop a comment and let me know any tokenized shares of AMC. With that said, if you enjoyed this quick,
who in the fuck owns tokenized? I mean, I can't wait to see all the comments. Yes, I own 800 million tokenized shares. Realistically, it's going to have to get above $70 a share before any of us will sell. Fortunately for AMC, it doesn't matter because they will issue shares that will make your shares that you're holding until $70 irrelevant. So that's the deal there. They're not going to, short sellers don't need your shares now as it is, and they certainly won't need them in the near future. So, yeah, good.
update. Be sure to smash that like button. I really appreciate it.
He spent more time telling you to smash the like button than actually talking about anything. All right. Well, you know what? There's one quote that comes to mind.
This is what happens when you work to change things.
Yep.
And first they think you're crazy, then they fight you, and then all of a sudden you change the world.
All of a sudden you change the market. It's now all of a sudden fair. It's now all of a sudden sensitive to fraud. This is what happens when you work to change things. Now, the market would have sniffed me out in a heartbeat. Now, you can't get away with what I did now. All right. Well, this was exciting. Finally, some apes come in and call me garbage, trash. We're getting back to normal. We're getting back to the way things should be. That's the way it should be. All right, guys. Have a good one. Catch you tomorrow. Big day tomorrow. Big day tomorrow. And by the way, what in the hell? What the hell is going on? Let me show you this. This is fucking weird. Okay. This is the screen with all of my stream stuff on it. Concurrent viewers 16, but down here, concurrent viewers -1. How -1? Oh, I'm being shorted. My stream is being shorted. That's a new one. That's a new one. Hey, shorts.
What do you fucking want from me?
Get off my dick! Get off my dick, short sellers. All right. That's a wrap. Oh, yeah. Oops. Finance chat in Telegram. Links in the description. Come join us. It's a great fun. It's a great fun time. Big day tomorrow. Yeah. See you tomorrow. Have a good night. Later.